Sorry I haven't uploaded a video in a few weeks. I have been busy. I have been shooting video. I haven't had a chance to sit down and edit. I was doing something on the trencher, and I wound up using the trencher quite a bit for some customers, drainage extensions and things. So I actually got around to pressure washing the trencher and cleaning it up, but I haven't had a chance to continue with that video shoot. So that, and with this whole new wave of COVID spreading around, now our youngest is doing school virtually at home, and that has been taking up a lot of time that otherwise I would have been used to edit the videos I've been shooting. So again, I apologize. I'll start hopefully being able to focus more on editing and uploading some stuff, hopefully after Thanksgiving or sometime in the next week at the earliest. So I'm not sure what else I could talk about right now, despite the fact that we are starting to get below freezing a little bit at night. It's not to the extent that I can't perform any grading the following day once the light frost thaws out. So I suspect that we'll be able to continue with the grading at least up until the beginning of December, which is typical each year. I don't know, I mean, maybe we could do a tour around the shop and just kind of show you how, how unkempt it is and how I have to shoehorn everything in here. Now in total, we have 15 attachments, technically 15, and 2 tractors. So we have a 4500Z Gertrude. This is a 2016 model. We have about 1,000 hours on her. And then our 2005 Nelly, which has the 27 horsepower Kawasaki V twin liquid cooled. That engine runs very nice. She has about, I don't know, a little over 2,000 hours. The little hour meter doesn't really work that well anymore. The little digital display in here, and once in a while I can see that it's trying to come back to life, and I can see that it's just around 2,000 hours. It was like 1,980 or something the last I saw. We don't use her much. This girl stays at home mostly. We have the new style power bucket with the grapple. We have the AERA-Vator with the Gandy seed box. We have, this is one of our oldest attachments, if not the oldest, a 72-inch finish cut mower, which has a 6-inch offset to the left, which is really nice. We have the broadcast spreader, which does really well at spreading some of the fertilizers we use on some of the seeding projects we have. We have a tiller over here. Again, pardon the mess. We just have things scattered around all over the place right now, and I'm going to use this extra time over winter because we do not compete in the snow removal industry, even though we have a beautiful KX 523 over there in the corner, which we used extensively when we still lived in northern Maine. Anyway, back to the attachments. We have the old style slip scoop, and in that slip scoop, in the moving blanket, is the stump grinder. Not a Ventrac thing, but we have a steel pavement cutter. It's the largest one that they make with the trolley. It does a really nice job cutting through driveways and pavement, sections that customers want to install downspout extensions and such, so we cut the driveway and cut a trench in there to install the pipe. We're not paving contractors, so we set them up with someone who would be able to do a repair. Here we have the stump grinder, and we use this thing quite a bit. On the grading projects we have, a lot of times we run into old stumps and things, and it's just really handy to have. Here we have the trencher. You can kind of see how we have that tucked in, and we slide that in underneath the Versaloader, and these are rubberized mats. So it's like a sort of a carpet underneath and the rubber on the bottom. We flip them upside down, and even though this trencher is really heavy, the rubber grips the underside, and the carpet allows us to pretty easily slide this. The the floor in here is a very well polished cement surface, so stuff slides pretty easily. Here we have a utility trailer. This is abandoned. It's been very useful. I think it's kind of neat because it has a lot of similarities to the Ventrac with the dual wheel kit on there. I have encouraged Ventrac to consider making a type of utility trailer for the equipment, because this thing is really handy. You can see it has 2 chainsaw holders in here. You slide the bars in there down this way and fasten these clamps down, and then you have some tool holders on the side. This thing's pretty neat. We have the AERA-Vator, or correction, we have the power rake, which we use probably more than any other attachment, probably more than all of them combined, actually. Every grading job we have and some other types of work, some driveway refreshing and things, this goes with us almost everywhere we go. We have the Tough Cut, again, you know, very instrumental in doing some of the grading work and cleaning up areas. We have the snow blower, the KX523, with the optional electric kit on there. It has a deep snow kit, and this thing has been great. But here in Southeast Pennsylvania, it is very seldom that we, since we've been back here for a little, this spring will be 4 years since we've been back from Maine. We just don't really use it much. There we have the sod cutter, and we have an assortment of hand tools and some air compressors and some sharpeners up there on the workbench. I'm trying to think what else we have in here. Not all of our attachments are in the shop here. We have some in a shed that's on the other side of the property, out that way on the other side of the house. I'm not sure what else to show at this point. But you can see some of the options that we have on Gertrude here, a 4500Z. We have the 3-point hitch with the optional hydraulic top link, which is a huge time saver. When I'm doing a job, I almost always have an attachment hooked up on the back of this. I do a grading job, I have the slip scoop on there. Right now I have the slip scoop set up. You can see the holes in there. They're hard to see, but the holes are here, and that's set up for the cutting teeth. But I keep the cutting teeth on the power bucket because they're very useful, and on the slip scoop, I generally don't run with them on, so that way I can kind of go across a section of ground and push some material away, and it stays very smooth, and the teeth don't ruin the finish. What other attachments? We'll get to those in a minute. So the other options that I have that aren't very common on the 4500s would be the mid-weight or the mid-chassis weight kit. That adds about 200 pounds over the front axles. And when I'm running a light attachment on the front, like the power blower or the stump grinder, again, I almost always run with the slip scoop on the back. And with that extra weight on the back and a light attachment on the front, it takes a lot of weight off of the front axles, especially if I'm trying to load uphill into my deck over trailer. The front end wants to lift off the ground. So adding those weights makes it much more controllable and a lot safer for me in most of the ways that I operate the equipment. Am I missing anything? Gosh, I don't know. How many did I go over? Well, let's see. Let's just start all over real quick. We have the 2 tractors. We have the power blower. We have the power bucket with the grapple attachment. We have the AERA-Vator with the Gandy seed box. The 72-inch, 6-inch offset finish deck. Broadcast spreader. The tiller, stump grinder, slip scoop, trencher. We have the Versaloader with the bucket. We also have the auger. The auger is one of the attachments we do not have in the shop. That is in the shed. Have the power rake. We have the Tough Cut, the snow blower, and the sod cutter. I think that's everything in here. The shop itself, we had this built specifically for our Ventrac equipment. And I'll probably get back on camera and talk about that a little bit. Okay, so you've had a brief tour around the shop. This has been hugely beneficial for us to have to create this extra space. We have a second floor also above us. This is a 28 by 24. We were keeping all of this equipment in our two-car garage that was in the house, and my wife says, you got to get this stuff out of here, so let's build a new structure and devote that exclusively to all the Ventrac equipment. Well, you saw the shop. I have a little bit of walking room in here, but I need room to be able to maneuver the equipment around. And frankly, I'm running out of space. I really wanted to go with a third bay. This is a 2-bay setup, and I probably might do that. I might see about getting a contractor out here and extending in some way at some point. But right now we have a little bit of wiggle room left, but as you can see, it's like packing sardines in here. So for me to want to get another attachment that we could use for our business, it's hard to say, where am I going to put it in a way that I don't have to shuffle everything around every time I want to get something out of here. And that's almost where we are right now. You know, double and triple stacking some of the attachments. Ideally, I would love to just have one slot per attachment, but we just don't have the space in here, at least not until I get the garage cleaned out and maybe make a little room in there. Wife wanted to park cars in there, but the garage, frankly, is pretty tight. And now that she realizes that, we have this beautiful building, and now we have a little bit of extra space in the garage too. So we'll see about possibly utilizing that at some point in the future. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please take the time to like and subscribe to our channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. See you later.